And you always be careful anytime you talk about safety. If you've ever seen accident before, be it fire accident, be it water accident, even at home, we have accidents. Don't just let us look at it or from the industrial aspect, but even at home, we need to be safety conscious.
Okay.
All right.
Now, what are the basic safety procedure expected of an individual?
Wow, that's another big one. One thing that we believe is safety is everybody's responsibility.
Yeah.
You can't do it alone. You need people to do their own part.
Okay.
And while you also, as an individual, you do your own part. I give you, for example, as an example, I've seen women driving. I've seen fathers driving, and they put their children on the laps, and they are driving. In fact, there was a time I stopped one. I said, please, what you are doing is too dangerous, because just an impact from the back, you never can tell what will happen to that child. So everybody has a role to play when it comes to safety, and you have to think about your own personal safety. Now, the organization where you work, at home, you might decide to put some safety equipment in place, but when you're not doing the right thing you're supposed to do, then you go and begin to begin to have problem. I give you an example also. If, for example, you have a woman cooking inside the kitchen, and she's not safety conscious. Maybe she's just chatting on the phone, or she's just receiving call, and she has oil, or she has something burning inside the house. Before you know it, it can escalate to another thing entirely. And the whole house that you have, so beautiful, so fascinating, within few minutes can go down when you have fire accident. So that's one of the reasons why everybody needs to be concerned about safety at home.
Okay, what are the basic safety procedures expected of an organization?
The first thing when it comes to organization is that there's what we call, the organization needs to walk the talk. It's not just because of the regulatory bodies. It's not just because of some other things, but you need to walk the talk by starting having what we call safety policy. Because inside the safety policy, it's going to tell what is expected of the managing director to do, how they want to achieve it, and who is going to do some of those things. So we call it what, who, and how you want to achieve it. Now, if you're going to say you are an organization and you want to ensure that you have safety in place that is working, so what are the things you need to put in place? And then who is responsible to ensure that those policies you have in place is being implemented? And how do you want to achieve it? And the how is so enormous. For example, how are you going to ensure that in case you have an emergency at the workplace, how are you going to ensure that you or whoever that is in charge knows what they need to do? I give you an example also. Imagine at the workplace somebody just collapsed and nobody knows what to do. So who does that thing? What are the things you need to put in place to ensure that in case somebody just collapses, you know what you're supposed to do? Now, I think on this station also I've talked about emergency. Nobody pray for emergency, but emergency happens almost every time, every day. As we are talking right now, some people are having emergency somewhere. All right, so now when you have an organization, there should be people in place to know what they're supposed to do, who they will contact, and what they need to do. So the who, the what, and the how is very important. And it starts from policy. And it's not just having it as a document, but you must walk the talk. It's very important.
Okay, walk the talk. All right. Now, what are some of the safety equipment that needs to be put in place?
Well, that depends on the nature of the work you are doing.
Okay.
Let me start from the house. That's where everybody goes. All right, inside the house now, I've seen people, when we do training for them, I ask them that, do you have a fire extinguisher inside your house? And you know, because you are very religious in the parts of the world, you hear people telling you that, no, I've never seen fire, and we don't pray for fire. I don't need fire extinguishers. Now, there are people that even have it, but they don't even know how to use it. So that's a different thing. Now, also, basic first aid box inside the house is very important. Smoke detectors inside the house, very important. And I can continue to count and count. Anything that you need to put in place that will ensure your safety inside the house, please do. So that's the house. Now, if you now go down into the factory, it amazed me, for example, when I see some of these our regulatory bodies, when they stop vehicles on the road and they ask them that, where is your fire extinguishers? It is the individual property. All right. And it's not just you having the extinguisher inside the car, but how do you use it? And you will see that people can have a very big, fantastic, and a very beautiful car, very expensive car, but just simple safety equipment they don't have inside that car. And you discover that when they have emergencies, they're in trouble. I've seen people that you tell them, oh, you need to have a towing rope inside your car. They will tell you that, no, I don't need it. What do I want to use a towing rope for? But you discover that when they are hooked up inside the bush, just that little towing rope will go a long way to really rescue them out of that premises. Imagine it's going to be a place whereby you have dens of robbers. And you just need somebody that wants to help you, but you don't have what they're going to use to help you. So we have so many of them. If you go to factories, for example, there are so many hazards. And what do I mean by hazard? Hazard is anything that has a potential to cause harm. So what are the things that has a potential to cause harm inside the factory? Even at home. So what are the things that you need to put in place to ensure that those things does not lead to harm? All right. So that's very important. So we have so many safety equipment that is expected to be worn.
To actually have to your point, in one way or the other, I was fortunate and unfortunate in one way. That's because the reason being that there was a fire outbreak somewhere.
All right.
In a working environment.
That's fantastic.
And actually, there's a fire extinguisher.
All right.
But the issue is, I don't even know how to use that fire extinguisher. So I have to maneuver myself, to find a way around it to be able to use it.
I use this as an example also. Back in school, I finished from University of Ilorin some years back, and we have this issue that happened. It was a fire outbreak inside one of the hostel. I'm talking about 2000, 2001 or thereabouts. And we used to have a small mosque at the University of Ilorin. It used to be a very small mosque, and there was a fire outbreak. And people said, oh, there's a fire extinguisher at the mosque. So they brought it. So when they brought the fire extinguisher, they just threw it inside the fire. And they said, all of us, we should just draw back. The thing will explode. We are university students, but we don't understand how fire extinguisher work. I can't forget that incident. So anytime I'm doing a training, I usually talk about it. So all of us, we drew back. We're expecting the thing to explode. After the whole thing, people just said that this thing is not working. Do you understand? I've seen cases while I'm driving on the road, and inside my car, I have a very big extinguisher. People will ask you, what do you want to use this thing for? It's not for me, but it's just for people on the road. I've seen cases whereby you tell people that, do you have the number of fire service? They will tell you that. And we are very religious in this part of the world. They will tell you that I'm praying. In fact, some of them will say that Holy Ghost, some of them will say, no, this one, different religious statements you hear them telling you when it comes to fire. They will tell you, I don't need it. And I used to tell people that when fire starts, it is the beginning you know. You never can tell where it will spread to. So when you have the fire service and the fire brigade numbers, and you have an emergency, you can easily call them and tell them, oh, there's an outbreak so and so place. Then they come there, they rescue them, and they do what they need to do. So safety, as what we believe, is everybody's responsibility. And we have a slogan from the World Safety Organization that represents in Kwara State. We always say that making safety a way of life.
Should make it part of us.
Make it a way of life. When you are driving, you are inside your car, use your seat belts. Don't overspeed. And I used to tell people, I said, where are you going? You will get there. But you see that people are not patient. I go back again to the incident that happened at the Gerialimi. If you look at the video clips that I saw, if I'm going to analyze it, because when we do safety, there's what we call root cause analysis. So we're going to do a root cause analysis of what really happened. We're not going to leave this place. And I know we have a very short time. Because we're going to start from the driver, we're going to start from the vehicle, we're going to look at the road, and we're going to look at the state of the mental state of that driver. All right. And unfortunately, from what I heard, the guy that was just driving on the other side of the road, the guy went to hit him, and the guy lost his life. So it's everybody's responsibility.
Okay. So what are the other services you render, especially relating to safety?
All right. We have a lot of things that we do. All we do is everything safety. All right. So we do training when it comes to health and safety. So starting from the basic firefighting, starting from what we call health and safety at the workplace, starting from even food safety. That's very key. All right. Because a lot of us, we consume a lot of things that we don't know, and the people that are even preparing it, they don't understand food safety. Right. There's what we call, for example, there's what a principle we call FIFO, first in, first out, when it comes to food safety. All right. So there's what we call food safety. We do risk assessment. We supply safety equipment. And as much as a matter of fact, at times we go around and we do a campaign for free. We go to schools, we go to organizations, we do free training for them to understand why they need safety in their premises.
Okay, and what would be your advice to government in ensuring safety is strictly adhered to?
Well, the issue of government is a responsibility because in safety we believe in management commitment. It's not just talking about it, but the management should be committed to it. The government should be committed to it. I think, and the last time I was here, I spoke about it. I belong to the Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals, and we have a bill, for example, at the House.
Okay.
And we are believing and we are praying that the government should sign that bill into law. So when they sign it into law, the enforcement of safety will become so important than what we have here.
Okay.
And without government implementing that, it's going to really draw us back. Fine, the government are trying, they are equipping the fire service, but safety goes beyond the fire service. All right, safety goes beyond fire service. Every organization needs the service of a safety professional. Every organization. As a matter of fact, the UK law that we adopt in Nigeria, we call it Health and Safety at Workplace 1975. In the UK, ASAWA 1975, says that anywhere you have 5 people that are working, you need to implement safety. Starting from providing them basic amenities. If you go to some organization that you have 5 people working, they don't have water, for example. They don't have a resting area. They don't have welfare facility. All right, and you see them, they start doing a lot of things they're not supposed to do. So safety is a collective responsibility, and it starts from the government. So the government can do a lot of things by, for example, I'm going to advise our able governor that we just started, In Lagos State, for example, we have what we call the Lagos State Safety Commission.
Okay, there's a commission.
There is a commission, they are agency.
Okay.
And what they do is that they go around to ensure safety in every organization. So the Kwara State government can also take a cue from that by establishing what we call the Kwara State Safety Commission. All right. Now, let me go back again. Like I told you, we do what we call learning from incidents. If you look at what happened sometimes ago, I think when the bus was, I think early this year, there was a school that collapsed at the Highland where we have pupils inside. And I was reading on the news and I saw one of the parents, what he said. It was so pathetic. The man lost 3 of his children that same day.
Yeah.
That same day. And you know, you see building collapse, you see flood, you see fire outbreak, you see road, you see companies. If you go to companies in this town, for example, some people are losing their life every day. Some are dying daily due to what they have been exposed to. But because there's nobody that will really put these things in place. So I'm just calling on the government to try as much as possible to do their own part by having some of this agency. And the little one we have, they should empower them. And of course, they should train them also to understand what is obtainable in the 21st century.
All right, thank you very much. I've been speaking with Alfred Ajao. He's a safety and environmental consultant, also CEO AB Factor Global Concept Limited. And we'll be taking a look at safety on the program. I know a lot of questions run in the minds of our viewers, so let's just take your number so that they can just call you and you can attend to them.
All right. Yeah. My number is 080 35 23 14 24.
Let's take that number again.
All right. 080 35 23 14 24.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So viewers out there, please, let's make safety a way of life.
All right. We go for a break now, and it will be time for my queens and the bunch to be in the studio for the viewer segment. Please stay tuned.